Salam. Phoenix Ramadan L. Jackson, back in the light of Al Brazeera Cyber Network. We're here to talk about what the tribulation is all about, and I really want to do it quickly. Anyway, so it's it's a warning, a signal to let you know that there is something awry, something amiss, okay, something aloof. And what is it? It's an attempt to steal a legacy belonging to who? A legacy belonging to the believers, as a promise given to Abraham, okay, that the believers would someday rule the earth, okay. Now, and an attempt to steal the legacy of the Pharaonic, Pharaonic period, okay, or the seed of Pharaoh, okay, or the rule of the Pharaohs, okay. And that is why the Sabudian went to Egypt after he got elected, so that he could, what they say, go visit his father, okay? So if that was his father, then what did that make him? The son of who? If that was his father, and the father was, the son God, the God, okay? And his father was God, so that makes him the son of God, right? So, and then what did he say when he got in there? He said one of the artifacts looked like him, so therefore he's claiming lineage to that. Okay, now, so he's claiming he's a ancestor or descendant of that family tree. Okay, two trees, right? So one tree being the Pharaoh, one tree being the prophet Abraham, and coming together, right? The two trees are supposed to come together. The two families are supposed to come together, right? But not the pagan family, or not the Pharaonic family, and not the house of Abraham. Or let's put it this way: not the house of the Pharaohs and the house of Prophet Abraham alayhi salam. They're not to come together. It's the house of Prophet Abraham and the house, through his seeds is Ishmael, or Islam, and Christianity. Those are the seeds that are come together, because that's from the seeds of both sons, Ishmael and Isaac, okay, and all the other children that Prophet Abraham had after that. But let's go fast forward and go to Joseph, okay, because that's still connected to Isaac, okay. So that seed was sold, was taken into Egypt, okay. And then after that, it was taken out of Egypt through Miriam, right? Through Moses, and then to Miriam, right? Okay, then it was somewhere taken into the wilderness by whom? Paul, right? Okay, so, and then they established America as a result of that, right? Now, so that is the legacy that they're trying to steal, okay? And those are the legacies, or the trees that they're trying to bring together, and then plant that tree, the seed of those two trees in Egypt, and of course, not in Egypt, but in the Holy Land, and of course that will be the abomination. Now, who are the carriers of those seeds? Well, the carrier of those seeds, okay, the Sabut thinks he's one, right? Okay, that's already demonstrated by him having said he was going to visit his father, and we've already talked about how he was how he was basically incarnated to represent such a position, okay, of the pharaohs, okay, and then what, he joined Christianity, and then what, to have the second seed, right? Okay, or became accepted Christianity, and then it was what, complete with him starting out as a Muslim and then becoming a Christian, right? Okay, now, and then what, him contributing his seed to what, the beast, okay? But anyway, so he's becoming absolute. He wants to. He's reflecting absolute power. But he's only an agent. He's doing it for whom? He's doing it for Rothschild, okay? That is the one who is claiming to be the head of them all, okay? Even Obama, or the Sabudian, okay? Because what they said, well, we won't go there, but That's one who's claiming to be the black nobility, okay? A member of the black nobility. Obama is claiming to be he's a descendant of the black nobility when he's not even a descendant of nothing black, okay? Indonesia, but not black, okay? As it relates to African, as it relates to Egypt, it's none there, okay? But nonetheless, they claim that they are a descendant of the black nobility, and so now that's one part of the seed. Now they want to get the other seed, right? Okay, so where did that seed go? Okay, now that seed was that seed is a seed, or the seed from the prophet Abraham. Okay, was seen to be reflective of Michael Jackson. Okay, and how is that? Because first of all, they see Michael Jackson as being a Virgo. Okay, and born in the sign of Virgo. In the sign, well, that represents the Virgin, the Holy Mother. That's why he was always depicted in red. Okay, but anyway, but he represented Christianity, Jehovah's Witness. He represented Israel. Okay, so he represented that seed of Abraham, that seed of Joseph. Okay, as his name reflected. Okay, then to top that off, to put that identity closer on Michael, let's say. Okay, Michael was born in 1958. Zionist Israel was established in 1948. Okay, so then let's say in 58 when Michael was born, to them that reflected he was the tree. Okay, he was the seed of that tree. Okay, being born in 58. But what's most important is 58, a Saturn year, and where Saturn was located at that time. Okay, to give the impression that Michael reflected the seed of Abraham, the seed of the Virgin, the seed of the mother, or the seed of the woman, seed of the woman. Okay, and the seed of the woman, of course, is prophet born of a virgin. Okay, but Michael, as I said, represented Israel. Okay, why? Because he was born in 1958. Okay, and so if he represented Israel, okay, then in Israel's seed, the seed of the woman was supposed, not the seed of Israel, but the seed, okay, the ill seed of Israel, okay, the old seed was supposed to be destroyed. So they could not let him he could not live, as representing old Israel, that the new temple would be rebuilt, so the old one had to be destroyed, okay? So he represented that old seed, the old family, the old temple, the old house, okay, the old family. So therefore, he had to, in their mindset, he had to be representing the tree. He had to be destroyed. But in the same time, as him representing from the positive perspective, okay, from, let's say, the Christian perspective or the Islamic perspective, okay, if he represented Christianity, okay, then he was to be the seed to join Islam, okay, to bring the nations together, Islam and Christianity, okay. Let's say bring Christianity out of the wilderness and unite with her brother at home, her family once again at home, okay, in the oneness, okay, of Allah, and the oneness of the Creator, the divine Creator, okay. So, and he did that November 2008, November 22nd, 2008, he joined his brothers in Islam and embraced Islam, and shortly after that, no more Michael. Okay, but what happened was Michael came to fulfill that prophecy of uniting, being that bridge, the gap to unite the world as one and get them across from the, especially when this, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knew what let's say we call them Kafirs, what the Kafir was going to do, and that is try to steal the prophecy, okay, and the legacy. So he knew what they were going to do. He knew the tribulation was going, what's going to happen. Um, okay, so what I'm saying is that that you know, before the tribulation, that, let's say, that marriage already has already taken place. The unity between Christianity and Islam has already taken place. Now we have a, let's say, in 2009, when Michael is killed, okay, that's an attempt to block that prophecy, steal that legacy, steal Michael's crown, if you will, because it is his crown. He worked for hard to get to the heart chakra by loving everybody and being as Christ-like as he possibly could. Okay, so he earned his crown, okay. So basically what I'm saying is they're trying to steal his crown, his title, his recognition, his deeds, you know, that are, as the seeds he planted in mankind. You see what I'm saying? To love one another, to care for the world, to protect the children, heal the environment. You see what I'm saying? But more so than that, the unity between Islam and Christianity, and the fact that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is calling the believers home, calling them back to the oneness, to unite, okay? And that's what the tribulation is all about, is shaking up the world to let them know, wake up, wake up, wake up. This is what's going on. That's the abomination that's to be planted in the Holy Land. What? The unity between what? The Pharaonic seed and the Christian seed, or the believer seed, okay? Or the seed of Abraham, okay? The Christian seed, the Christian branch. Okay, and the Christian branch is really no different than the Jewish branch, because it's really Judaism and Islam. Okay, and how do I say that? Is Judaism and Christianity is one. Okay, Judaism, because when Prophet born of a virgin was here, he was a Hebrew, he was a Jew. Okay, so that's why I say, no matter how, if there's a billion Christians, they're Christian Jews, or they're Jewish Christians. Okay, because if they're following the prophet born of a virgin was a Jew. Okay, so and that would be the house of what? Isaac. Okay, the family of Isaac, coming together through the line of Mary, through Miriam, the female. Okay, the seed of the female, to unite with her brothers. Okay, or through. And then that would be the marriage ceremony. And that's what Michael represented. So they had to get rid of Michael so that Michael would, and first malign him, okay, as a child molester, as they're doing all these terrible things, which mashallah, knew Michael didn't do, and they can never make me believe he did, no matter how many ugly, nasty things they say about them, because we know what the media is like, okay? Anyway, so Michael represented the virgin. That's what Michael represented. And Michael represented Christianity. Michael represented the Christ child. Okay, I'm not saying he's a prophet. I'm not saying that. Okay, but I am saying he represented that. Okay, through the life he lived, through his example, okay, and everything that Michael did basically was to demonstrate that, his connection, or his following through with that prophecy, okay. What else am I saying? Oh, very important. Now, Michael, going back to Michael represented, so Michael represented Israel, and Michael represents the old seed of Israel, okay? Not the Zionist seed of Israel, see, because now we got two branches, well, a fake branch of Judaism and Judaism, okay, which said Judaism and Christianity, same thing, okay. So we have faith branch of Judaism, that would be Zionism. And it's that Zionist seed and that Pharaonic seed that are trying to come together, but they got to get rid of Michael, because Michael represented the genuine seed when he embraced Islam. And, well, not so much when he embraced Islam, but he represented through his birth. And how does it say through his birth? Because Michael was born in 1958, Israel was, and they connected Israel, okay? Israel was established in 1958. Michael came on the scene in 1958. Michael was what they would see as born on a Saturn return, okay? And so was the stock market born on a Saturn return, okay? Or happened on a Saturn return. So that was 29 years after that Saturn return, Michael was born. Okay, so he's representing Saturn, okay? So now he has, and Saturn, okay? Representing Saturn, and Saturn representing the female. Okay. So again, he's representing the female, because what did we say? The sun represents a man and a masculine, and Saturn represents a female. So he represents the female, the seed of the female, okay, which of course had to be destroyed. And if he represented the seed of the female, he represented Israel. If he represented Israel, then Israel had to, that tree had to be destroyed, right? Because the old had to be destroyed, and it said in the Bible that that seed would be destroyed in one generation. So he's seen 29, the first return. And then that was 1987, and by 2016, when it's scheduled to go in the birthplace in Sagittarius, okay, that would have been his second return, okay, but that for them, because they wanted him to represent the old one that's going to be cut down, that's why he had to be destroyed. That's why 9/11 had to be destroyed, because it represented the old Saturn, or it represented the old Israel. You see what I'm saying? So they're connected with that Israel. Okay, when in reality, it's the Zionist Israel that's going to be destroyed, and one generation. And one generation they consider to be, the first Saturn return was 29. That's one generation. It would not see, it could see, 29 is what? 58? So it would not see 60. Okay, so Israel would not see 60, so Michael had to be a sacrifice for Israel to survive. That seed had to be sacrificed so that the Zionist seed of Israel could continue, because Michael reflected the seed of Abraham, the Christian seed, or the Jewish seed of Abraham, because remember, the Jehovah's Witnesses were Jews, okay? So he had to be sacrificed in a year, or not a year, but prior to 58, before he became 58, okay, or before Saturn returned to that spot. And that's what's going on right now. Saturn is supposed to return to that same 1958, and why they're measuring it, as I said, because in 1929, stock market crash, and that was the, that was the appearance of, that was a marker, okay, for their time frame. And then Michael born another 29 years after that stock market crash, then you can begin to see that their holy connection. And then he lived that life. He lived the life of a very moral man as well. Okay, despite that crap that they tried to put on, that's only bullshit. It's only bullshit. Okay, it's bullshit. Anyway, oh yeah, okay, and because Saturn's a black planet, okay, so they figure, okay, that's black power coming, okay, and that's the scary too, trying to steal the Egyptian pharaonic heritage history, then trying to steal the history of let's say the spiritual history of the Jew, Christians, okay. So they would have absolute power, black and white, male and female, okay, total power. So now, as I said about the black power, okay, as it says, Saturn is supposed to be black, okay, so therefore, that's why you would hear some rappers say all black everything, all black this, all black that, because they knew Saturn is supposed to return, okay, to, Saturn always returns every year, but it's certain times, certain positions that it's in that really make the difference. And when it's in Saturn, the seat of judgment, not Saturn, but Sagittarius, the seat of judgment, okay, of that, and the woman, the woman's aspect of the universe, because remember the universe is divided in two, male and female, top and bottom. Anything from what? From Aries to Aries to Virgo, dominant male. Anything under, female. Okay, that's why we talked about in the beginning. Sometime back, the devil lives under the mugger muncher. The reptile lives in the crocodile, or whatever his name is, lives in Capricorn. Okay. And Capricorn is supposed to be controlled by Pluto. Pluto is supposed to be the IV, the 1515, Roman numeral IV. Okay, and it sits atop the sea. That's why it's supposed to be blue, water. Okay, so the Capricorn, that's why he works so hard. He's got to get his butt back up that mountain, back to home. He's got to get everybody home. He's got to get back to Ra, back to Aries. Okay, so that's why he works everybody like what? The devil. Okay, we talked about that some time back. But anyway, so at that time, what? That's Capricorn. That's like the point of. Well, we won't go there. But why did I go? Oh, I just went there because to demonstrate that the fact that the universe, according to them, is divided, dark and light, black and white, right? White at the top, sun, bottom, female, moon, Saturn, and all that. Black, all black, everything. Anyway, okay, so they knew that was going to happen. They know it's going to happen. They know it's going to be destroyed. That's why I'm saying you ain't got to worry about, being afraid of them, what they're doing, in regards to trying to destroy the world, because, alhamdulillah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to save us. He already has. They're just going through the motion. What they're doing is an illusion in regards to their ability to think that they're going to deceive the universe. The tribulations is because all these tribulations that we're experiencing, the sunburst and all that is due to this attempt to steal the legacy and plant that ill-brewed seed in the Holy Land. Okay, well, I said the Zionist seed pretending to be the Jews, and then the Pharaonic seed pretending to be of the Pharaoh's house, and the Pharaoh's house is supposed to be the crown of England. They're trying to consider themselves to be the black nobility. Okay, so the Zionists and the black nobility are to marry and then take over the Holy Land. But first they have to get all the real believers out, okay? And that's why they try to disrupt that marriage and make you think, oh, the Muslims want to kill you. No, Muslims don't want to kill you, Christians. It says in the Quran something very positive about Christians. Yeah, it talks about in the Quran. It's from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It talks about in the Quran, those who don't want to believe, those who don't believe, let them go their way, and the believer go their way, okay? You believe your way and the other person believe their own way, but they're just like in Christianity. If a Christian backslides, okay, Allah has something to say about them too. Okay, just like in the Quran, if the Christian does good, they're good. They're accepted as good. The Jew do good, they're good. Their deeds are accepted. Christian do bad, their deeds are not accepted. Same thing with a Muslim. When Muslims do bad, their deeds are not accepted either. So the talk about Muslims want to kill Christians. Muslims don't want to kill Christians. It's haram, and that means forbidden. If you try to force someone to even accept your way of belief, that's haram. That's forbidden in Islam. Okay. So Muslims don't want to kill Christians, and Muslims don't want to kill Jews. In fact, a Muslim man can marry a Christian woman. A Muslim man can marry a Jewish woman. A Muslim man can marry, outside the religion. Muslim woman can't, because of course she being a female, and there can be a tuggle and make her not, accept, go against her, force her against to deny her spirituality. So female, for her own safety, cannot marry a person who's not a Muslim. But anyway, as I said, that's why Michael had to be sacrificed. Okay, is because of what he represented. He represented the Christ child. Okay, the Christ believer, the Christian believer, as it relates to Jehovah's Witness, as it relates to Judaism. Okay, as it reflected him representing Israel, as it relates to his birthplace being 1958, and then the fact of it, and at 1958, Saturn returned in a time of in this house of Sagittarius. Okay, so and a Virgo. Okay, so that's what he represented, and the legacy that he was that the believers were to inherit as a result of uniting East and West. West being a house of Joseph, East being the house of or the house of Ishmael, and the house of Ishmael through Prophet Muhammad and Miriam, or Jesus or son. And that's what they said. When Prophet Isa, the prophet born of a virgin, returns, he's going to be with the Mahdi, his brother, in Islam. Okay, and they will Islam and Christianity or Judaism will unite. Okay, and this other Zionism will go down, and it will go down, inshallah subhanahu wa ta'ala, before 60. It has to. Okay, now they're fighting like hell, they're fighting like hard, they're fighting like I don't know what, but they gotta go down. Stay prayed up. It's just the devil fighting back. All he does is an illusion. And you pray, and fight back, and get this doctor in the house so we can get this baby born, this consciousness born, this universal child, this universal consciousness. Let's get it born, okay? And that's why I did this video in August, for my granddaddy. Okay, Salam alaikum, Michael. Love you. Mikael Joseph Yusuf Jackson, Jacob's son. Okay. Anyway, son of Jacob. The house of Jacob. So, anyway, that's why Michael had to go. Now, I didn't do any much. I've tried to do a lot of writing, some writing on, so I could be more congruent in my delivery with this information. But I was too tired and I was too stressed. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it gives some information. I hope it gives some insight. And I will always love you, Michael Jackson. I will always love you. I don't give a fuck what they say. They're stupid shitheads, whatever. I know, mashallah, subhanahu wa ta'ala, you didn't do those things that they said they did, so they can go fuck themselves. Okay? I love you, Michael. I love you, Michael's family. Okay? And I hope that was clear to everyone. Anyway, salam alaikum.